Who?
The couch that sinks in. Jesus Christ.
That's why it's so comfortable.
No, it's not.
It really
Gives you
is.
back
I've
pain.
slept on this couch since I was 18, I think. It's got a perfect Brad groove in it. So, Man with the Iron Fists.
It's better than Sucker Punch. No, I was worried.
That's a bizarre comparison.
Because I was worried it was.
Well, it's better than Manos.
I was gonna be worried it was one of those things that looks pretty in the previews, but sucks ass. So that is why I said that.
No, well, Sucker Punch was exactly what I thought it was gonna be from the previews.
I didn't know what it was gonna be, but
It's
we're
a
not.
piece of shit.
Anyway.
Don't say that again. Benzai will yell at you.
No, we already had that argument.
Yeah.
That was my first podcast. No, it was interesting because they had the Dynasty area mixed with a bit of steampunk and a little bit of Wild West.
Yeah, it's mainly a Chopsaki throwback. And, I'll say, Eli Roth didn't fuck this one up. The RZA did.
Better. Yeah,
the RZA fucked it up. Eli Roth didn't fuck it up. The fucking RZA did.
I don't understand why the blacksmith character had to be the narrator. Like, they could have left a lot of stuff out and it would have been more of a solid movie, and it felt like two separate movies for the longest time, and it took way too long, in my opinion, to actually tie in the stories.
Yeah, because you are right about the narration, because it's kind of, and I'll get to more about the RZA, but he narrates it, but
RZA Rage.
He's narrating about things he would have absolutely no knowledge of.
And, I mean, it's purely done, I know why it's a narration story.
Yeah.
It's purely done because otherwise it would be like a 3-hour movie, because he's just kind of giving exposition as people are entering places, being like, this is the Gemini clan, and they're here to blah, 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 and then the friction happens when, the Lion Clan comes in.
Well, I definitely. Oh man, that's
It's
some,
like Asian
that's
David Bowie, and Raiden comes back, not Raiden.
Man, that would have been great
Like
if he pulled off the thing and it was Christopher Lambert.
But no, even when he was talking, I was like, "What the fuck?" And then
tournament.
yeah, he pulls down his thing,
Mortal
and
Kombat.
he's got the big white eyebrows, and it's the completely white hair, and I was.
I
just
love
like,
what you've done with the place, RZA.
Yes.
But
I leaned over. I was like, "It's Raiden." And he's like,
yeah. Man, that's something when you got Eli Roth on your crew and he's not the most incompetent one. The movie is. I should. You know what? Real quick, I should be specific here. I'm harping on the RZA because he in everything.
He was the weakest part of the whole movie.
Everything he has to do with this movie, whether it's crew or music or acting, he's by far and away the worst part. But and that's bad, and it's bad. But even with that said, when he's not on screen and his contributions to this aren't present, the movie's okay. It's not.
It's not awesome, but
no, it's a throwback to Chopsaki flicks, and in some areas it works as that. Some areas, the way it's shot, the dialogue, the style of acting, the way that certain characters look. I mean, the movie's not dubbed, but a lot of actors are definitely talking in a voice kind of like that. And that worked for me. It's not the way it's shot. It's not the most well-made movie, but that works. That works if you're going for that Chopsaki feel.
And I love those Oriental, like non-realistic fighting where they're doing all of the stunts and clearly impossible things. But I will say this.
That's more of a modern thing than.
I didn't say Chopsaki, I just meant I like
that. Oh, okay, sorry.
I will say this. This movie should have been in 3D. You've got stuff flying at the screen like eyeballs, things, busting through. There's the whole fight scene with Lucy Liu, and you've got just the cherry blossoms just completely raining down through the whole fight scene. Like this
when
movie.
I saw the trailer for it, I thought it was in 3D.
Yeah, I leaned over and I was like, was this released in 3D anywhere? And he's like, no. I was like, it should have been, and right after that is when, like, somebody gets punched and their eyeball flies at the screen. I was like, see?
Yeah, with the eyeball.
But yeah, of all the movies, I wonder if maybe they shot it like that and intended to convert it.
I don't know. Who knows?
Because there was
it wouldn't
a
surprise
lot.
me. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, like, if it's a conversion, if it would have been a conversion, I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah.
But
Well, I just meant for the cinematography purposes with how much stuff was flying at the screen. And obviously it's very action-packed, but just, you know, those extra details.
It's a simple story. It's a revenge story. You have one person who wants revenge against the leader of the Lion Clan, I believe that's what they were called, for killing his dad.
His dad was the leader of the Lion Clan.
Sorry.
It was like sparring brothers, one wants war, one wants
he's
peace.
like the Silver Lion or something, right? Yeah. So he wants revenge on the Silver Lion. You've got the RZA, who gets his arms hacked off, and
He's the blacksmith making the weapons for all the warring clans.
The metal arms put on. He wants revenge, and Russell Crowe wants the gold.
He's Jax from Mortal Kombat.
He was great. Russell Crowe was
No,
awesome.
not Russell Crowe. I said Rizzo was Jax from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I was like, no, he wasn't great, but Russell Crowe is the best part of this movie.
Russell Crowe's...
I want that fucking knife. Oh my god, the knife gun.
Yeah. That was business. This is pleasure.
Yeah, this is great, because he gets to the whorehouse where Lucy Liu is the madam.
Yeah.
And they go to check on him, and he's just got this harem of women,
He's
like...
high on opium.
Oh yeah, and like, you know, tied up, and then he walks by,
Shall I
sticks his
split
finger
them
in the
all
ass.
in half?
Yes.
He's great in like a sort of like a kind of a campy, like Bruce Campbell, jack of all trades sort of way. It's been a while since I've seen Russell Crowe have this much fun.
Oh, I bet he loved that role with all
First of all, it's pretty impressive they got him for this movie.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm glad they did. He was the best part. He's having a great time in this. And, I mean, he makes the movie, like, if you were to catch it on video or something, he's worth the price. He's worth the price to check it out.
That last speech he gave when he's fighting Raiden kind of reminded me a little bit of Jack Nicholson-esque.
Well, even some of the things he was saying, too. Like, I had to look up some of the quotes because they looked familiar, and some of them I can't remember, but, like...
he was phenomenal. And
yeah,
Lucy
he says,
Liu
like,
was
the
great.
rumors of my demise have been greatly exaggerated and stuff like that. Lucy Liu, I mean, she's
always fantastic.
Well, she's basically... I wouldn't go that far, but...
She is!
Oh, man, Charlie's Angels full
I heart
That's
Lucy
where it's
Liu,
at.
you can suck it.
But, I mean, she's basically playing...
Kill Bill.
Oh, yeah, Oren.
Only a madam.
Yeah.
I am not, to go to, like, slightly on the music, I know you'll go into it, I am not a huge fan of putting in current music, especially rap, over very established era things, and of course it's not true to, you know, the Dynasty era, Zeto era, whatever, but...
Man,
boy,
did that sink
it did,
every fucking scene.
It did, and I will say this for those of you who know how much I love anime. I did like Samurai Champloo, and they did that to a touch, but it took me a while to get used to it. But in this one, it's like you show the girls, like, bathing, and it's some, like, R&B going into a rap song that doesn't even apply to the situation, and they threw it in as much as they could.
Because it's directed by a fucking rapper.
I know, I'm just saying, I want to establish, I didn't like it, but...
No, I agree with what you just said. That sucked. I hate that shit.
It takes you out of the moment.
I hate rap music, but you know what? Aside from that, let's take that out of it. It doesn't fucking work. You know what? There's a reason they don't do that shit when it's not appropriate. Like in a Chop Saki movie. It doesn't fucking work. Alright, I get it. Rappers like kung fu movies. I understand that. You know what? I like Motown a lot. But if I make a kung fu movie, I'm not going to put Diana Ross and the Supremes in it. Because it doesn't fucking work.
If anything, just use the beat and then do the actual song on the... Because, I mean, some of them do have a strong, more musical beat than just the dun-dun-dun. Well, I mean...
And it's shitty, too. Yeah, you had the opening credit sequence, which if you were to watch it muted... looks like you're about ready to watch Chop Saki flick. It looks like you're about to watch like Ninja Death or something. You know, you watch it muted, that's what it looks like. You listen to it with the sound on, you got the RZA sounding like an idiot dropping the N-bomb every 2 words. It's stupid. No, I don't like rap music. I loathe it. I detest it. But taking away from that, separating myself from that, it doesn't work. I love new wave. guess what? It would be just as inappropriate if Animotion was playing in that scene. It makes it worse for me because I hate the song, because I hate that kind of... I detest that kind of fucking music. With every fiber of my fucking being, I do. So...
How do you really feel?
so anyway, it doesn't... No, it doesn't fucking work. But even other than that, the RZA is a terrible actor.
Yes, and even his character, aside from, like, I mean, with the dialogue, you've got pretty much everybody acting like they're in an era movie, for the most part, with delivery, things like that.
Yeah.
Even Asian David Bowie, he had that eccentricity.
Even ones that are doing it tongue-in-cheek,
yeah.
they're doing it very much
But
in the style of that kind of
he
movie.
seemed like he was picked out of today. He's dropping the F-bomb is the only one that I remember is dropping.
I don't have a problem with the F-bomb being dropped, because you find that in Chops.
But it's the way it was, like,
I know,
narration. Get the fuck out.
I know. I don't have so much a problem with the fact that the F-bomb is being dropped. I don't, because they drop the F-bomb all over the place in the Ninja Death movies.
We're saying
and stuff.
F-bomb and we cuss up a storm all the time.
They say fucking like a bunch of those old movies. So
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that, but I do agree with what you're saying.
Context.
How he sounded,
Yeah.
the way he said, he sounds like he's out of a 90s Bruckheimer movie.
He sounds like he's from, like, a Grand Theft Auto game or something, where it's like, then I was gonna get my girl, we were gonna get the fuck out of here.
We'll get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here. So, like, fucking blow me.
Did they ever explain how the big hulky guy had that, like, magical golden armor?
Yeah, they did.
I missed that. What was that?
I forgot, but I remember
I was just
it.
like, wait.
I remember it being explained.
Okay.
I do, but
Was it briefly?
I forgot. It must have been. I mean, I kind of forgot what exactly
I
that
might have been
was.
seething over another aspect. I was just like, did they really just do that?
But he was. If there's a Hall of Fame for shitty fucking performances in a movie,
I want to make
my
a fan
God,
edit and just, like,
the
fix it.
RZA. You could honestly do that. You could completely take. I mean, yeah, you'd probably have to lose the title, but
It didn't even have to be that, because the other guy technically has Iron Fist. This could have been the man with the spiky gauntlets, or the man with, like...
Yeah.
The man with
that
the
suit
sword
of armor
guy.
was great.
That
All
was
that
the
shit
best
flying
part.
out.
I was like, this
That
movie
was
should
great.
be about him.
It should be about him and Russell Crowe.
It was,
the RZA adds nothing to this movie.
Zen Yi,
not in music. God, no. Some parts of directing, okay. But as an actor, fuck no. Wow, is he uncharismatic. Holy shit. He makes fucking Channing Tatum look like Sean Connery. That's how fucking uncharismatic he is. I swear to God, this is one of the worst lead performances I've seen in a movie in a long fucking time. He's just, he's inappropriate for the role and how he's talking and how he's acting, but let's say that he was, he's still bad. It's a bad performance. Let's say that, like, okay, this isn't like Chop Saki and he's giving that performance in something else, something modern.
Yeah.
He's still bad. Wow, that was a bad fucking performance. And you know what?
The climactic part where he beats I forget the guy's technical name, the guy that has, like, the golden armor.
Who looks like the Oscar.
No, but, like, even at the end, it's like they do this quick flashback of what's going through his mind, because his whole thing was like he was a slave, and they do his, like, quick little montage life story and zoom into the boat that's, like, the destiny, and he gets, taken care of by monks, and they teach him about chi, which is how he can control these iron, fists, or technically iron arms, because they chopped him here. And I was like, he's like, you use your chi, and the inanimate objects become slaves to your will, and I was like, oh, now you're a slave owner.
Well, it's kind of funny, too, in that, like, the trailers for this thing barely show him, like, at all.
I thought it was about the old guy. Or, not the old guy, sorry, the gold guy. I thought that he was the man with the iron fist.
I knew that the RZA was the lead. I did. I knew that he was the lead character in it, because I knew going into it what it was about. I am glad that Russell Crowe is really prominent in this movie. He is. One of the things I was worried about from the trailers is that are they just showing
cameo,
are they just showing a bunch of Russell Crowe scenes and these are like going to be all the scenes that he's in? That's not the case. He's a main support. He is a main character in this, but it is funny. I know you want to say something.
No, I wanted to finish. I didn't get to finish.
Let me But with the RZA, it is hilarious how he is so bad in this movie that the title of the movie is named after his character, and he's not in any of the trailers.
Yeah.
Except for one shot when he pounds the two fists together. Except for that. That's fucking hilarious. He sucks ass.
But what I was saying before is the part where, you know, he's controlling the fist with the chi when he's fighting the golden armor guy. They do this quick little montage of like stuff that you saw like not even moments ago with his, you know, whore girlfriend dying and like supposed to remember all of this stuff to like make him angry so he can do this one thing. And it's like, we get it. You've explained the chi thing like 3 times, and he's like, huh. And then he does, it's like, that wasn't necessary. Just cut that part out. We know you're angry that your whore died. It's very sad.
Also, no rhyme or reason to when shit was real and when shit was CGI in this thing.
I know! Like, some of the effects were real, and then other points were just blatant CG when they could have been, like, easily...
It was like, were they just lazy that day? Or was it like, let's just let Timmy with his PC finish this? But there is, I mean, some shots it looks like something out of like Lady Snowblood or something like that. You know, some shots it looks like that, but other shots it's like blatant horrible CGI. Which I'm sorry, you're making like a throwback to a Chop Saki movie. CGI has no business being in something like that, and seriously, fucking shame on them for doing that. There's no excuse as to why there should be... Other than
the magical weaponry, but the gore, no.
There's no excuse as to why there should be CGI in a throwback to a Chop Saki movie. None whatsoever. So that was bad.
I actually didn't expect that since...
It didn't surprise me.
But it seemed very, like, especially since, you know, Tarantino had whatever to do with it, but it seemed...
He just, like, executive producer.
I know, but it just seemed, especially from the previews, very Kill Bill-esque in the fight scene that they showed, so I figured it would have that same kind of feel throughout, at least the fighting sequences. For the most part, the fighting sequences were good. I was happy with them.
The fight, yeah, some of the fighting sequences were fine. Some of them were fine. Like I said, I mean, like, the fact that it's not really the most well-made movie in the world kind of fits along with the feel of the kind of movie that they're going after, those old school movies like that. So I didn't have a problem with that. Same with a lot of the dialogue. A lot of the dialogue is over the top and corny, but that fits along with that, and I thought it did it fine.
I didn't get the spicy joke with, like, the ribs. Like, every time someone took a rib, they were like, spicy. Because that...
I didn't even know that was supposed to be a joke.
They did it 3 times.
Okay.
Well, not joke, but, like, ongoing thing.
Oh.
Because the Gemini chick does it, and then the guy that steals it, and then the other guy.
But,
it was just odd, because he's like...
It's, in terms of Eli Roth, it's the best thing that he's had his name attached to as a writer, if we don't count Thanksgiving, the trailer for Thanksgiving. If we count the fake trailer for Thanksgiving, that's the best thing he's ever done.
I don't know that one.
I showed you that. That's one of the fake trailers from Grindhouse.
It must have been a while ago.
Oh shit! That was the best of those trailers.
When was that?
What, Grindhouse?
No, when did Thanksgiving? When did you show me? Yeah, the fake trailer. I mean, was it a while ago? No, I'm just saying, was it a while ago or recent? Because if it was recent, I didn't see it.
No, it wouldn't have been recent. It would have been some years ago, like after the movie.
Okay, yeah.
After the movie came out, because those got uploaded to YouTube right after Grindhouse came out. But there were several trailers in that, and he directed one of the fake trailers, and it was Thanksgiving, and that one was my favorite of the fake trailers. The rest of them were good too, but...
Make that movie!
No, because he would fuck it up. He'd fuck it up.
Somebody else make that movie, then!
It's like, I trust him with something that's 3 minutes, but any longer than that...
Well, he can just make it in 3-minute increments, and be like, alright, we're done for this month.
He'd fuck it up. He would fuck it up.
Oh! Kitty technical difficulties.
Like
knocked over the camera.
It's alright, buddy. It's not gonna get you. Don't worry.
And do like a little thing, be like, with him in a monocle and a unicycle. Technical difficulties. We'll be right back.
Oh.
That scared me.
So I don't know what else I got here.
Would you recommend it? Because I don't even know if I would recommend it per se.
I wouldn't recommend seeing it in the theater.
Yeah. Unless you got like a matinee $5 showing. Because that's about how much you're going to pay to rent it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I would say, like, if you want to check it out on, like, Netflix, or if you want to rent it or something, the parts of it that are fine are fun. Russell Crowe it's almost worth checking out on video and Netflix just for Russell Crowe.
Not for $10 though.
Because he's having he's having fun. He's the best part of the movie. Some of the fight scenes are all right.
What ones didn't you like?
Whenever there was CGI incorporated in it, it annoyed me.
That was random though.
Yeah, I know it was random, and it annoyed me every time it happened.
Well, I didn't know if you had a specific fight scene where you were like, meh.
I don't know. I mean, towards the end, I kind of wanted the movie to just be over with, but.
And then the
any fight scene with the RZA, I didn't give two shits about. Because seriously, you literally could edit him.
I didn't care about that character. I was
neither.
Just like, go back
Not
to the
at
other
all.
people.
It's a nothing character.
They could have done so much more with the son of the Gold Lion that's fighting his pseudo like brother because they like treated him as a brother. Zhen Yi or. Zhen Yi, the
far more interesting
guy.
than the RZA's
I wanted to
character.
see more of him.
If it didn't say at the beginning story by the RZA, I would have thought that this was some other random script that he just inserted himself into. That's what it feels like. It feels like I got this script about these two guys who are going after these people, but you know what would make it better? Fucking me.
I'm pulling Arnold Schwarzenegger with Total Recall.
What?
Where he like buys it to put him in it and changes everything.
He bought Total Recall and inserted
He
himself.
bought the rights for Total Recall. He bought the rights to like the movie to make the film, and then changed it to make it more actiony so he could be in it.
Oh well, but that's still a character.
I'm just saying,
that was...
self-serving type. I was just making an analogy where it was inserting yourself into something for self-serving and kind of.
That's what it comes across as a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying that happened because it's co-written by him, and I believe it said he also came up with the story. But that's how it feels. This character has no place in this fucking movie. It's
other than he makes the weapons and like
you could have had anyone do that.
No, I'm just saying that's it.
Yeah.
That's that, and like the whore that he's dating, and then she gets killed and. The only correlation that they do is because you find out about Russell Crowe's counterpart that they're after each other because the blacksmith made the little poison dart thingy, so that's how he tracks down this person.
But you could have had the blacksmith just be like just a very minor.
Oh, I know.
Character.
I'm just letting the viewers at home know. But at the end, with Russell Crowe and not Raiden, it had a very like the set had a very Castlevania-esque feel. Like with the gears and stuff in the back, and just how it was dank. I was like, now I want to see a live action Castlevania
and shit like
movie.
the Hall of Mirrors and shit like that. Yeah.
Well, that was the other story with the two brothers.
Oh, okay.
Because that was the booby trapped, safe crypt area where they were keeping all the gold. Yeah, this whole thing is over like the Emperor's gold. And Russell Crowe is like an ambassador trying to get it back.
I always bring a gun to a knife.
Yeah, I was like,
see? He's smart.
I know. Well, it was a knife gun, like American Dad.
Yeah.
I was like, and it spit like, oh, I want that knife so bad. But the Hall of Mirrors thing, I was like, it's Zardoz, but they did establish.
No way, it was Man with the Golden Gun.
Yeah, well, I was like, where the fuck is this coming from? And then you find out that it's the booby trap place, which Lucy Liu already established that there's lots of booby traps. I was like, oh, all right, I guess. But other than that.
Yeah. Alright, well, we'll be back with the trailers.
Trailers.
Do you remember the trailers?
The only new one we had was the gangster one with
I
Ryan
had
Gosling.
that one last.
I meant that I.
Oh, that you saw. I had that in front of.
Mama.
Speaking of out of place.
Time.
Speaking of out of place rap music, yeah, Gangster Squad.
I was thinking that too, but it fits more there than it did in this movie.
Doesn't fucking fit.
More than in this movie.
In the sense that I doubt that song is in the actual movie.
Yeah, it's whatever.
If that's actually in Gangster Squad, we're like, what the
I'm just
fuck?
saying, if you're going to insert a baller type song into a situational era movie, Gangster would fit more than like Edo Dynasty area. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying the lesser of two evils.
I like my gangster movies without Coolio.
You don't like your gangster movies, period.
I love gangster movies. The fuck you
Oh, I
talking
was
about?
thinking rap. Sorry.
Oh, you talking gangsta?
Yeah, like
movies.
gangsta. Sorry. That's why I was like, what? I'm
There's
sorry.
a difference.
Gangsta. Gangster.
Oh yeah, Hustle and Flow was good. That was
I don't
good.
know
That was a good movie.
Let me
Terrence
talk about the
Howard?
trailers and we just go on other movies all the
I
time.
just-
There's nothing new. I'm trying to think.
Mama, which we've gotten from
Again.
yeah, when Jake and I mentioned that earlier, I was like, I said something like, well, the delight for me of going to the kids' movies is at least I don't get a trailer from Mama, and he said something like, yeah, too bad I get all the same fucking trailers ever. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's true, you kind of do.
But yeah, it was.
And I don't even think Mama will be that bad. Like, I'm just sick of the trailer. Yeah. It's in front of every fucking movie I go see, except for the kids' movies.
I don't like that they have the extended one now, because the one up until, like, 2 weeks ago was very sparse, and now they actually show you, like, the creature monster and what it looks like in places. Mm-hmm. And the other one was very mysterious, and that's how you do it in, movies like that, is you wait
CGI moths in the room.
Well, they're supernatural moths.
Yeah, the flies from Amityville called and told him to go fuck himself. He has some real fucking bugs. He has some real fucking bugs.
CGI moths or Mickey the horsefly from Hot to Trot.
Mickey the horsefly? Well, that was hilarious.
I know, I'm just kidding you shit.
Burgess Meredith is the horsefly?
Horsefly.
Is that you, Lord? No, you idiot. It's me. It's the old man. Dad, what's it like to be a horsefly? It sucks. I remember after we watched Hot to Trot again for the 80s Dad episode, and because my dad took me to go see that movie in the theater when it came out, because on Saturday morning cartoons, they advertised the shit out of Hot to Trot when that came out. I'm like, Dad, we gotta go see this, man. Really? I'd seen it many times. So like, Dad, we gotta go see this. John Candy is a talking horse. It's like Mr. Ed. It's gonna be great.
Did your dad go home and beat you afterwards for making them take?
No, but when we did the 80s Dan episode on that, I said to my dad, we were like at my grandma's one Sunday, and I said to my dad, I was like, we did an episode on the show the other day on Hot to Trot. Do you remember that? Do you remember going to see? You remember going to see Hot to Trot in 87, 88, or whatever year that was?
You think it'd be like,
I'm like with Bob Goldthwait and Jack Daniels talking horse, and my dad kind of sits back and kind of looks back and he goes, "Is that the one where Burgess Meredith shows up as a horsefly at one point?"
Yes,
that's what he remembered about it. I was like, yeah. He goes, I remember that movie sucked, but I remember that part being kind of funny. Like, what are you talking about, man? Hot to Trot's fucking great.
I'm trying to think the other, like, I can't even remember the other previous period.
We only got a few.
I want to say it was just those three.
Well, I can only think of two. Gangster Squad, Mama. Oh, we had at least two others. Usually they've been giving us like 7 trailers.
I know. Well, this was a different theater too.
You know what? It would have been something that we've already talked about, because if it was something new, I would have written it down on my phone.
Oh, wait, no.
What you thinking of?
I don't know, and I think I was thinking of the Gangster Ring, so I was like, oh, I really want to see that, but I think that's what
I
that
do
want
want
to
see Gangster Squad.
No, I do, but I remembered saying that, and I honestly don't. They must have not been very good if they were new, because we don't.
They weren't new. If they were new, I would have written them down on my phone.
But now it's just bugging me what the hell they were.
We had at least 2 others. I was surprised we didn't get Inglourious Bastards, considering Tarantino produced this one. They're bringing back Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs.
That's what we got.
I mean, that was like a little that was like a little Fathom
the
ad. That was like a little Fathom ad beforehand. Yeah, that's really cool. We should do like a midnight screening with those. I mean, not that it's actually at midnight, but like in the car. But like do it in the car.
Still awesome.
We did with the.
I know, episode 1.
Well, we didn't say still awesome.
No, I meant we were doing it. You know what I mean. Why are you gonna be so mean to me?
That would have been kind of funny. Oh my god,
Wizard!
It's still Wizard. Oh my god, seriously. Oh
God
man.
damn it. Lloyd's name is the last name of that actor.
Jake Lloyd?
Yes.
Oh, come on, man. Jiggle all the way. It was a fucking
it's
masterpiece.
Lloyd Kaufman. That's what we go with there.
You ever see Jake Lloyd in, like, an interview? I would
have changed my name if I was him. I'd be like, no, I get that all the time.
I caught him in an interview,
I feel bad. He's got so much shit in his life.
Him sitting there talking about it, it was like, It was
traumatizing
seriously like
for him.
him talking about a traumatic event from his childhood. It was like, oh my god.
I don't think
I
people
feel so
should,
bad
yeah,
for this
and
guy.
it's like I understand like through high school him getting shit because you know kids are cruel, but like nowadays if anybody goes up to Jake Lloyd and was like you fucking ruined Star Wars, it's like give the kid a break. Like you didn't do stupid shit when you were a kid, and come on, if you were a kid and they were like hey you want to be in the new Star Wars movie, like you'd be like no it might suck. You would do what you're told. Leave Jake Lloyd alone.
But I'm a better actor than Jake Lloyd is.
I don't know, when you were 7?
Even when I was 7.
Seen those
Even
lost
when I was
tapes.
7, I got away with everything.
Because your mom just let you do anything.
She did. Only child. Hey.
You could have been like, hey mom, I want to watch Edward Penis Hands, and she'd be like, alright.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
First
I
Kingdom.
remember when Basic Instinct was debuting on Showtime, my mom was like, hey, Basic Instinct's premiering tonight, you want to watch it? Like, yeah.
I wasn't allowed to watch Simpsons till I was 13.
I was encouraged to watch The Simpsons.
We used to
had opposite
sneak,
childhoods.
We used to sneak in my brother's room because he had like the fold out like couch bed, and he would like sneak us under the couch bed so we could watch Simpsons, and my mom would come down when it would be airing being like, where's your sisters? And we're like, ah, and we like go up.
Yeah, good
I had
times.
church lady mom, very...
Not me.
No,
I had lesbian mom who now lives in Long Beach, California.
Your mom is my anti-mom. They're
And
like
my dad
polar
looks like
opposites.
James Caan, so he's automatically badass.
My dad's Chicago cop. He had the mustache
That's
and
cool.
everything.
That is cool. He was on the set.
Yeah,
of,
my dad was on the set of Blues Brothers when they blew up the phone booth.
Yeah.
Pretty
Was he
badass.
like in charge of that? Like,
He was making sure like that there was enough like distance type thing. Like he was just making sure like going across like the crowd control and just
That's cool.
yeah the in betweeny. And so I was like, my dad gets cool points from
That is
Chicago.
awesome. That is awesome. That is really awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I guess my final thought on Man with the
Man with
Iron
Fist.
Fist.
You almost
Jesus.
said Iron Mask, didn't you?
No, I almost said Man with the Golden. Not Man with the Golden Gun.
Man with the Golden Chest.
Oh,
was
that's
it?
got
I didn't
Nick
think of
Nack in
armor.
it. What am I like?
I
Mrs.
love how we-
Scaramanga.
I love how we digress into family stories half the time on the second part.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the other
It's
trailers.
little tidbits for viewers at home.
So I would, if you come across it on Netflix or something.
Or for $5, like at a matinee.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay $5 at a video store if you're gonna rent it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Russell Crowe is worth it. The guy with the suit knives and shit like that.
Yeah, the guy that was whoever played
Yeah, that guy.
Zenyi.
That guy was good. Lucy Liu's good.
They needed more of him in that movie. Like
He should have been the fucking lead.
he should have, and every time, like I mean, between Lucy Liu, Russell Crowe, even Asian David Bowie, that was
Yeah.
I loved him. He was very over the top esque eccentric, but not cartoony. Like
And when the RZA's on screen, it's a dead zone.
unless he's on screen with
Fuck
Russell
you.
Crowe, then it's like Russell Crowe. The eyes go there.
Yeah, because usually the RZA's
go to the Crowe.
Usually the RZA's passed out in those scenes.
Oh, there was one quick thing, and if people turn this off after the preview, they will, or the mid roll. I didn't get one thing after he gets his arms chopped off. They let him wake up, and then he's like, "We're gonna have to cauterize your
You would have
ribs."
thought they would have done
I was
that
like,
sooner.
I know. I lean over. I'm like, why didn't they just
What
do
the
that
shit?
while he passed
How is he
out?
not bled to death? I assume he's been passed
Yeah.
out for a couple hours.
So Russell Crowe waits till he wakes up, and
Yeah.
is like, "This is gonna hurt," and he gives him a bunch of because he's always
Dude,
drinking.
I want some more of that.
Yeah, but
This
and
is
then
not
they,
gonna be pleasant.
And he's even like his reactions to pain. Yeah, when they chop his arms off, it's like, he might as well pull the Peter Griffin. Ow! Chopped my arm off. Ow!
He was a fucking jackass.
So yeah, if you can see it on the cheap, or wait till Netflix, on demand, anything like that. But I'd say if you can catch it for $5, it's worth it, because that's about how much you're gonna pay in a video store, give or take.
Sure, yeah, I would agree with that.
I mean, unless you really love the Rizzo and you just have to see
Rizzo?
him. Isn't that his name?
The RZA.
I say
If
the
you
Rizzo.
really love Ratso Rizzo,
Every time you said Rizzo, I was just like the Rizzo in my head.
if you love Stockard Channing, you're gonna love the shit out of this.
Hey, both of those characters, if they were conformed into one, would still be better than what I just saw.
Yeah. There's actually some
Now
talent
I'm
there.
imagining Stockard Channing going across a pan with butter on her feet.
It's gonna
Alright.
give Russell Crowe a hickey from Kaneki.
So many hickeys, I look like a leper.
See it.